Hi everyone. Today the assignment is called Sacred Sites, and I like using the term sacred, but it could just be significant sites if the word sacred is throwing you off for some reason. Anyways, this assignment, sometimes I also like to think of it as an impressionist documentary. I'd like you to think about some place or space. I want to use the term site loosely so that we could be really open with the images that we generate. Think about some place or space that is significant to you. And then think about how you could photographically document it while trying to show its significance. One example I like to give is maybe your childhood home, right? Perhaps the most straightforward, scientifically accurate way to photograph that would be to just drive there, stand in the middle of the street and take a picture of the front of the building. But that is going to completely fail at capturing all of the love, the growth, the drama that happened in that space, right? For me, when I think about my childhood home, I played Legos a ton as a kid. And so like the texture of the carpet is something that really comes to mind. My mom is Cuban and she spent a lot of time in the kitchen cooking this amazing food. So there was always like a cutting board on the kitchen. I remember the kitchen counter surface was this blue and white tile, right? So I would photograph those things to really try to capture the essence of that space, right? The sacredness or the significance of that space, right? The front of the house was not really, something that growing up I spent a whole lot of time looking at. I was either playing in the front, playing in the back, or, running through the house or whatever, right? But really, these other things that I just talked about, those are what illustrate or what hold the significance or the sacredness for me. So yeah, think about a space or a place. It could be a geographic place. For me, Locust Beach has a very special place in my heart up there in Bellingham. It could be a very different kind of space. It could be like your bedroom, like I said, a kitchen. My car, I spent a ton of time in my car driving around, doing a lot of thinking in my car. So I think that could absolutely be a space. And then you could also break it open a little bit more. Like a body could be a space or a site, right? A body absolutely can be a sacred site or a significant site. So deciding how you would photograph that, maybe eyes or hair or hands, mental space, emotional space, all those are absolutely viable concepts for this assignment. Again, we've been building up so far, right? So absolutely, please intentionally engage with the idea of composition and intentionally engage with lighting. A lot of these spaces will be transformed just by the time of day that it is. There's absolutely some sites that are magical during the pre-dawn light or the dusk golden hour, but middle of the day, noon, they're just kind of like, meh, who cares, Maybe you're going to have to get up super early for this one. Another thing to consider is how your camera settings affect the way the image comes out, right? Perhaps maybe this is a time where you intentionally defocus an image. I talked about the texture of the carpet in my childhood home being really significant, but I can't really remember much else around that, right? So maybe I want to photograph a small patch of carpet that's in focus, but then the rest is just sort of blurry or falls into shadow or falls into overblown highlights. So yeah, think about how you can utilize the settings on your camera to enhance how you communicate the sacredness or the significance of this site. Okay, I've thrown together a little presentation to help you get started brainstorming this assignment, and I look forward to seeing what everyone comes up with. As always, please don't hesitate to reach out, ask me any questions. If you need help with your camera, you want to just chat about ideas, you want to chat about your concept or your theme, that would be fantastic. All right, have fun generating images.